Okay guys, we got part two. I've been tacking things together and this is all prototype, nothing's super permanent right now. It's just testing and seeing what works, what doesn't work. And I'll show you a couple of the things that I've made to do this so far. And I'm still trying to improve things like this one here. I need to slot a little bit. I'm surprised it stayed up because it needs to come out a little more to develop the same angle as these, which work very nice. But the next step on these knockdowns is I'm going to build a little swing bar here to come across to be able to automatically, with the push button at the other end, to reset them up. Okay, so that's going in next, and that will be sitting behind here, and I'll make a bar to do that. I'm going to have a little actuator on it that's controlled Wi-Fi with the push button. Okay, that's the plan for this. Okay, still, again, the top's going to go over everything when I'm all said and done, but this is just, like I said, a prototype. I'm just really welding things and trying things and kind of just squaring stuff up, but at the same time, I want to try it. Here, you can see where I use bike hubs. And on the inside of the hub, I bought some collars, actually, 1.5-inch collars that fit the hub, but then I machined some pins to load straws on it, okay? The reason straws is because no wire, nothing damaging is going to happen to my gears with straws, okay? So it's real friendly. And you can tag anything you want to the top, chalk. In this case, we got a marble here. That could be iffy. When I get the top on, there are some areas will be covered. So it's only whatever it needs to get through will get through. I've tested a lot of different balls, dropping them through here. They actually snake by, no binds. And if the motor does, it's a DC motor, if it does bind, it just stalls and lets me clear it, and no really problem at all. But anyway, so there's targets going around linear as well as rotary. And then we have our targets up front here. And so this is the start of it. And up front, of course, we don't want none of the gear hitting, so that's why the top. But up front, I'm going to put an angle. Here, I'm wanting to actually go to the ground because I want to cover this entire area here. Although, one of the guys mentioned that maybe we can put another little catch box in this area, which I have room to do that. So I could put some low targets down here, but taper this area like this. And when I do that, when someone's out in the distance shooting at it, if they miss this, they don't get a direct here and coming right back at them. They're going to get a scanner, and it's going to go inside the catch box. This is the whole idea. Is when this part is one thing, but the outside is another, and it's going to have a lead in like a funnel around the entire thing. So, you know, I mean, when people shoot at the side targets or these little ones coming over to the edge, they do still have some grace, you know, maybe a foot, where if they miss, it's still going to drive it inside. That's the plan. Everything that gets hit is replaceable. This is going to still be built up higher and backwards. There's going to be permanent targets in here hanging, like a bell or whatever, things that will be more permanent. Okay, then the bottom, of course, I'm going to be figuring out a way to catch everything. But this is the start. This is part two. This is how they work. And let me show you how it goes around. And hopefully I'll get that automatic set up next time you guys see it. And we'll turn it on slow so you can watch. And right now, you'll hear a click every once in a while. And what it is I got one hub that's, I don't know, it's not quite right. It's making a little click, so I'll take it apart or get another one. These are off old bikes that were rusted up, so, but it's just the one doing it. But you can see we got linear targets going this direction. When it got knocked over or whatever. These are going from left to right, and I can reverse that as well. And then we have targets going around here. Here's a earplug one. Here's these little baseball targets. Here's a marble coming up, going across. You know, your imagination. Of course, I'd be putting chalk up here. We just wanted to show you guys kind of what the idea was. And where you hit that straw bends, takes it, no foul. Now when it shatters, well, like I said, if it actually gets into the gear, the motor will stall without burning up, so no real problem. But you got a lot of stuff to shoot at already, and we can speed this up, of course. I mean, it goes up too fast, depends what you're shooting at. Like right now, the rotary is too fast. The linear is pretty good. Or a little faster. The linear still shootable, see? So it has, you can hear that click. That's one of the hubs. Other than that, it's dead silent. Nothing else is making noise other than that, and I'll get that fixed. But next thing is to make the bar that kicks these back up with the Wi-Fi. And then I'll extend the other and build the catch in the background is most important, is to do it proper. And continue on, you know. So far so good. But you can see the differences when you guys, from part one, I had the motor mounted up to the side. I think it was on this side, yeah. It was over here. And now I had to move it here. And the reason why is because I have targets going around here, and if the chain continued down that direction, it wouldn't clear because I want to use that for it. So I had to move this, I'll make a plate, move it over, weld it on. And like I said, everything's just kind of tacked on right now, and I'm using what I got, you know, and I'll, once everything proves to work the way I want, then I'll continue. But the motor mount worked out good. It has adjustment both ways because this actual mount here has a slot in it. The pressure here is excellent. It's working out great. In the back side here, I got fender washers with lock nuts or nylocks, and to keep it in place. And right now, it's just I threaded the this is 1/8 inch tubing, and I threaded it. And don't have but a few threads, but this is still mock-up, so I don't want to weld only what I need to, and so kind of like the prototype thing. It's some of it's heavier than I need. Other things I'm not sure. So I'm gonna shoot the hell out of it and find out. And so, but like I said, this will be covered. And this may be a low ground target. I think it was Muse that actually mentioned that. But there's room. And if I do it right, I can do that down there. And then when this gets built up, I'm going to have some permanent targets up here to shoot as well. There'll be more of a dinging, cowbells, things like this. the actual catch box end will be back here with the regular blankets and what have you. Or not, sheets is what I use. Part 2. I hope you like it.